Hello, welcome to Middle East in Depth. Cara Morello is the diplomatic correspondent for The Washington Post. She writes an article titled, "US officials in blunt language say Israel is distorting reality of Iran talks." The Obama administration on Wednesday accused the Israeli government of misleading the public over the Iran nuclear negotiations using unusually blunt and terse language that once again highlighted the rift between the two sides. She says in briefings with reporters, State Department spokeswoman Jen Psaki and White House spokesman John Earnest suggested Israeli officials were not being truthful about how the US is handling the secretive talks. A spokesman for the Israeli embassy in Washington declined to comment. The immediate cause of the dual rebukes is the administration's unhappiness over Israeli leaks of some details on the nuclear talks shared by US negotiators in private conversations with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other officials. House Speaker John Boehner invited the Prime Minister to Washington and notified the White House afterwards, which is a breach of protocol by which a country's leader generally contacts the White House before planning a visit. Obama has said he will not meet with Netanyahu while he is in town, citing the coming Israeli election and precedent whereby a US president does not meet with foreign leaders close to balloting. In recent days, officials have said neither Vice President Joe Biden nor Secretary of State John Kerry will be in town to meet with Netanyahu, although they have not specified where their two will be. US lawmakers, many of whom share Netanyahu's skepticism over the talks with Iran, are poised to introduce more sanctions if the talks collapse. While Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told members of the Conference of Presidents of major American Jewish organizations on Monday in Jerusalem that just as Iran knows what is included in the proposed agreement, it is also natural that Israel should know what is in the agreement. After all, we are the ones who are most at risk if Iran arms itself with nuclear weapons. And an article in the Deutsche Welle reports that US President Barack Obama has said his country is not against Islam, but against those who have perverted and twisted it. He called on Muslim leaders to address misunderstandings about the religion. Obama called on world leaders to disregard the twisted ideology of terrorist groups like the Islamic State and show that they do not represent the larger Muslim community. Barack Obama said they try to portray themselves as religious leaders, holy warriors. The terrorists don't speak for a billion Muslims. They are not religious leaders, they are terrorists. Obama was speaking at a three-day summit on fighting extremism hosted by the White House and attended by representatives from 60 countries, and he said he came repeatedly under criticism for not describing the terror attacks in Denmark, France, Syria and Libya as the work of Islamists. He, however, hit back at his critics. He said, "We are not at war with Islam, we are at war with people who have perverted Islam." Then Obama emphasized that people outside Muslim communities needed to reject terrorist narratives that Western countries and modern life were at war with Islam. Obama spoke of a Valentine's Day card he received from an 11-year-old girl, Sabrina, where she says, "I'm worried about people hating Muslims. Please tell everyone that we are good people and we're just like everyone else." The girl wrote to the president. However, no concrete outcomes were expected from the summit, apart from the fact that the US announced a special counterterrorism coordinator and a digital communications hub with the UAE to counter ISIS propaganda. For more updates, please visit Levant.tv or subscribe to Middle East in Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching and bye for now.